Hi there, Year 11. We're going to look at the first three questions on the higher tier Set 3 paper 1. So this is a non-calculator paper. Question number 1. The equation of a straight line is y equals 4x plus 7. Write down the gradient. Well, we can write all straight lines in the form y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient. And so if we rewrite y equals 4x plus 7, can you see the gradient of m in this equation is 4. Be careful not to write 4x, it's just the coefficient of x, the value in front of it. It then says write down the y-intercept. Well, we've got y equals 4x plus 7. We should know that in the form y equals mx plus c, the c value is the y-intercept. So in this case, we have a look. Our c value is 7, so we write our y-intercept of 7. And we've done question 1. Question number 2. Work out 3 1/8, take away 1 2/3. Whenever I do any addition or subtraction of fractions, I want to change them from a mixed number into a top-heavy fraction first. So 3 wholes is the same as 24 eighths, because I can do 3 times 8 to get 24, plus the extra 1/8, so 25 eighths. Taking away 1 whole is 3/3, so if I've got 3/3 and 2/3, I have in total 5/3. And then I've got my top-heavy fractions. Whenever we add or subtract fractions, we always need a common denominator. So I can multiply the numerator and denominator by 3 of the first fraction to get 75 over 24. And multiply the numerator and denominator by 8 of the second fraction to get 40 over 24. I then have 75, take away 40, gives me 35/24. Because they haven't said change it back to a mixed number, I'm not going to bother because I don't want to risk making a careless mistake and losing marks. Question number 3. This question is actually more complicated than it initially looks. So here are the ingredients needed to make 8 shortbread biscuits, and it gives us 120 grams, 60 grams and 180 grams. Tariq is going to make some shortbread biscuits. He has the following ingredients: 330 grams of butter, 200 grams of caster sugar, and 450 grams of flour. Work out the greatest number of shortbread biscuits that Tariq can make with his ingredients. You must show all of your working. So this question, there are loads and loads of different ways you can do it. The way that I'm going to do it, though, is scale up the values until we reach our first total amount of ingredients. So I'm going to write, to make 8 biscuits, we use butter, caster sugar and flour in the ratio of 120 to 60 to 180, and that makes us biscuits in total 8. I know I've got 450 grams of flour, 200 grams of caster sugar, and 330 grams of butter. So I'm going to scale these up until I hit my first total. To do that on a non-calculator paper, I want to scale down first. So what number goes into 120, 60, and 180? Well, the largest number that goes into all 3 of them is going to be 60. So I can divide through by 60 to get 2 to 1 to 3, and that's going to give me a not nice number of 8 over 60. We're going to leave that there just for now, and then I need to work out which one it'll hit first out of my 330 grams of butter, my 200 grams of caster sugar, and my 450 grams of flour. So let's have a think. Do I know what goes into each? Well, I know that goes in 200 times. I know this going to go in, well, 3 goes into 45 15 times, so 150 times. If I times that by 150, I'll get 300. Well, let's try 150 then. So if I multiply each of these by 150, I end up with 300, I end up with 150, and I end up with 450. So I've reached my maximum amount of flour, I've still got spare caster sugar, and I've still got spare butter. So I know this is the maximum amount of biscuit I can make because I've run out of flour. I've now got to do 8/60 times by 150. We can do this as a fraction. 8/6 biscuits.